Hey everybody, J-Doctor is back with another video, and today I'm going to be starting a brand new series, and this one is going to teach you how to do resource packs. It's going to be kind of fun. So today we're going to be showing like how to change textures and stuff. So I'm going to do this little series. This first episode we're just going to be talking about like the basics, how to set up a resource pack. Now first let's talk about what is a resource pack, just in case you don't know. So let me actually turn on my resource pack that I've made here. So usually I have a resource pack. I don't always have it on. As you can see, I have like a square shadow now. And the hotbar is different. Let's see. What do we got? I changed the block of redstone, how that looks. Let's see, what else have we got? Whoops, no. Oh, here we go. You can change the color of beds if you want, which I have. You can change anything you want, pretty much. So this series, here's the brewing stand. You can change how any of these work. You can do anything. You can even, if we look, nothing is, no, that's not right. Wrong resource pack. I also have this resource pack that I have. I'm also going to be teaching you how, come on, are you loading?
2,000 years later.
There we go. Alright. Now you can even make, I'm going to be even, I can even teach you how to make different textures depending on damage value. Check, whoops, wrong one. Like we have this really cool diamond hoe, and we have another diamond hoe, but it's a different texture. You can do this with all kinds of things. I will even be showing you how to make models. How to make really cool models. It's going to be super easy. So the first thing we actually need to do is be ready for what we actually need to make. So I will tell you everything you're going to need. Alright, so now we're going to start by talking about what you're going to need in order to make resource packs. So not too many things are needed. And most of these are free, but one of them isn't. So in order to make whatever resource packs you want to make, the first thing you're going to need is a photo editor. Now you can use like Photoshop or whatever, but I use GIMP. It's a very cool free image editor that is very easy to use, and it's free. You can use Photoshop or you can also use you can use Paint.net, but I would not use Paint. I would not use Paint because it does not support transparency, which you're going to need sometimes. You're also going to need some kind of text editor. You could use Notepad or something else, I don't know, but what I use is Notepad++. It's free and easy to use. It's a really good code editor as well. But you're also going to need that. And another thing you're going to need is the internet. Oh, my channel's up. Oops. But you're going to need the internet so you can find images you need. So if you wanted to, you could find some good things here. So you can use, see, here's another one. But you're going to need the internet sometimes. Let's see. Another thing you're going to want is, now these ones are optional. You don't really need these. But if you want to get farther in, you're going to need them. You're going to need some block model, and you're going to need some model programs for Minecraft. I would use BDcraft Cubic Pro. The only downside is there's the light version, but you can't edit textures or anything, so I would not do that. But the Pro version is what everyone uses. It costs about, I think, like 11 to 10 US dollars. I don't know, but it costs a bunch of money, but I promise you it's worth it. You're also going to need, there's another block model program which I would use. It's called Mr. Crayfish's Model Creator. All the links for everything will be in the description if you want them. But I'd say you would use that because it's really easy to use for block models. The only downside is it works for blocks, except it'll look bad because it was made. I mean, like, it'll look bad in like your hotbar and stuff like that because it was made for 1.8. The model will still look good when it's on the ground, but it won't look good in your hotbar. But BDcraft Cubic Pro, you can arrange it and stuff, but I won't get into that. I'll get into that some other episode. And you're also gonna want Mr. Crayfish's animation creator. I'll have a whole episode on that. It's like made for using animated textures, but that will be some other episode where I talk about that. But for now, I'm gonna be talking about just basics that you need to do. So that should be everything, and you're also going to need your Files Explorer open all the time, because that is where most of the work is going to be. So now that we've got everything that you're going to need down, then now we're going to get into how to start making your own resource pack. So here we go. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you want to make your own resource pack is you're going to need to know how to open up the folder for Minecraft. So let's get out of here quick. And you're going to open up Minecraft. Now you're not going to go like into the game. You're going to actually need to go down to the profile editor. Now if you don't know how to make like which versions you want and stuff, I'll have a link to a tutorial right now. There we go. So we can do that later. But once you know how to do that, you're going to need to decide what version you want your resource pack to be. Now, you have to at least have played that version you want at least once so that the file generates. I'm going to be doing 1.10.2. So now what you're going to do is hit Edit Profile. And so this is all going to come up. But you don't need to touch anything, just hit Open Game Directory. So once you do that, it'll bring up the .minecraft folder. So you're going to go back to the roaming. And if you don't have it bookmarked, I would right-click it and hit Pin to Quick Access. I already have it there. I don't know exactly how you would do it on Mac or anything. There's other tutorials how to do this, but I'm doing this on Windows 10. So once you're in here, this saves is like where you put all your worlds. But we're going to be only focusing on resource packs. So as you can see, there's these two folders here. So the first thing you're going to want to do in order to make your own is you're going to make a new file. Hit new folder. Whoops. No, not new shortcut. Now you can name it whatever we want. I'm gonna call it tutorial resource pack. Alright, there we go. Now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna go into, now you're not gonna touch anything right now, but here's the next part you're gonna need to do. You're gonna go to Minecraft, then go versions. Then you're going to find the version that you want to make the resource pack. You're going to go 1.10.2. Now you need to make sure to have something that will open .jar files, such as WinRAR or 7-zip or something. I use 7-zip. There will be download links in the description for that as well. So I can open this. So once you open it, then you'll find the assets folder. What you're going to do is right click that and copy to, I'm just going to copy it. So you're going to copy it, and as you can see, it's doing this. It'll take a few seconds because there's a lot of stuff in there. Alright. And as you can see, now we have the assets folder. And if we go in here, we've got all the block textures and stuff, and it's the one main key thing you need. So now we're going to right click it. Oops. Right click it. Cut or copy. I'm going to do cut. But like if you wanted to keep it, so like, I need to make another resource pack, so I'll copy it. You can do that if you want, but I'm going to just cut it. Now you're going to go into your tutorial resource pack and paste it. Now, we're not done yet. So the first thing we need, so now what we need to do is now we need to go to our text editor, like Notepad++, which I'm using, and you're going to need to get some text. So let me go get it quick. Alright, so I got it. So you're going to paste this text. It'll be in the description. So this is what you're going to need. This is going, so basically what this folder is it's code that tells Minecraft this is a resource pack that exists. So like if this isn't there, then Minecraft won't know what this is. So then there's this pack format here. If it's for 1.8 or lower, you have to set it to 1. But if it's for 1.9 or higher, it might need to change later in the future. But for now, for 1.9 and 10, you're going to need it to 2. Now in description, right now it just says default recourse pack. I don't know. Anyway, so once you do that, you're going to need to, you can put in whatever text you want, like the description of your resource pack. Like, this resource pack is for my tutorial series or something, you know. And it'll show up. Whoops. Come on, cancel. It'll show up. I don't have it open, whatever. You can always close this after. It'll open up in your resource packs folder, and underneath the name of the resource pack, it'll show up this. So, there we go. Now you can hit, whoa. You can hit save. Now you're going to put it into your, right there, your tutorial resource pack. And you're going to name it to pack.mc meta. Now it's important that you don't make like this capitalized or anything. It has to be exactly like this. So you hit save. And as you can see, the folder, whoops, no, I don't need that. And as you can see, when we go in here, there it is. Now, you can just leave it like this, but if we want to make it better, one thing we need to do is make a picture for your resource pack. Now, you can either use your photo editor to make one yourself, or you can go online and make one. Alright, so I've got this picture that I have, it's my logo. Now, you need to make sure it's a PNG folder. Otherwise, it will not work. You can't do JPG or GIF or anything. It has to be named pack.png. And there we go. So we're done there. Now, if we actually open up Minecraft. Alright, we're in Minecraft. Now, when we open up resource packs, as you can see, our tutorial resource pack is there now. Let me take this off. Now, we haven't edited anything at all, and my logo looks weird like that. Okay. Now, everything is normal right now, but that is where the photo editing comes into play. So that is what we will be doing. So now, we're going to open up our photo editor. Alright, alright, so it opened up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit File, New, and we're going to make it 16 by 16. Now that's the default size for blocks, but you can make it a little bit bigger if you want, but I would go in multiples of 16, like 16, 32, 64, 128. I'm going to go 16 by 16 for now. Just whatever you do, make sure it's a complete square. Like, both height and width are exactly the same, because if it's rectangle or anything, it's not going to work. So it's okay. So let's zoom up. So now we have the texture here. It's just a normal block. Now here is where we can edit it. Now we've got, let's talk about first let's talk about the main tools that you're going to be using. You're going to be using the pencil, which is just like a solid color thing. So let's go red for now. We also have the paintbrush, which actually has a nice stroke to it, which will be very useful. And we also have the eraser. Now, by default, it's just gonna like erase a little bit of it. So what you're gonna actually want to do is go down to the settings of it and hit hard edge so that it erases everything. Now what I would mostly do is delete the background and then add a new layer so that's transparent. That's what you need to do. You don't have to do it, but it's recommended so that you can like make things transparent if you want it. So here's where you can make your own texture. What you can also do is, let's go back into here, let's go into our resource pack. We can also, let's go to blocks. You can also edit ones as well. We just open it up in here. Let's open it up and we can actually edit these textures. So let's make the anvil a bit red. So then you're going to hit export in under file, hit export, and then you're going to name it to whatever block you want it. Now that's also where this folder comes into play, the assets that we made, because it tells you what you're going to name all of these blocks. So once we've got that, so right now we want anvil base, hit export, and if you want to replace it, then hit yes, which we are going to right now. Export. Just don't mess with any of that. And then when we go into here, make sure you have your resource pack selected. Now let's say you have it on, and then you go to check out the texture, but wait a minute, the texture didn't work. That's because you need to, there's two ways you can do this to reload the texture. You can either turn off the resource pack and then turn it back on again, but the best way is F3 plus T, like this. Just F3 and T, and just wait a second, and it'll reload. And as you can see, our anvil is red now. Now, it looks really bad, but as you can see, it's red now. Now, let's say, ew, I don't like that texture. I don't like how I made it. I want to change it back. That's fine. All you need to do is make sure that you do not close this up. Then you can just hit undo if you didn't like it, and then export it again. And then just hit F3 plus T, and as you can see, it's back to normal. You can do this as much as you want, and just retexture it however you want. Now let's actually make the anvil look a little different.
Let's start with a dark gray, and after also black, and we can go like with paintbrush and make it look different. And then like you can sample colors if you want, you can even grab the pencil a bit if you want to. That's just with the paintbrush mostly.
So now we change the texture a little bit, and then we can export as, and then we go back to the game, and you can see the anvil has changed. In a minute, as you can see, it's a bit different now, because we changed how it looks. So we can do that with all kinds of things. We can do it with items. See, let's look at this quick. Let's go back. So we can change how entities look. I'm going to do a whole episode on entities and stuff. So we can do items. I might even do a whole... I'm just doing the basics in this episode. But in the next episode, we'll talk more about like what's in resource packs and what we can do with it. Because there's more than just texturing. We can also change sounds. We can change how... basically how anything is coded. Like, here's models... Here's block states, which this is, I'll explain everything in the next episode, but that is the basics of how to make resource packs. So in the next episode, we will talk about the structure files and stuff like that. So thank you for watching, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe, like, dislike, whatever the heck you want, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And until then, I'll test you later. Bye!